It's Thursday morning, a little after 8 a.m., and John is waiting for a red light. That's when he goes to work. John has been cleaning windshields on the same corner in Pasadena, across the street from a car wash, since 1991. It's a 20-year anniversary he has no intention of celebrating.
I know I'm not right, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. I used to be a good person. I was born that way.
I've been driving this way to work for almost a decade, and that entire time John has been part of my scenery. To be honest, to me, he was the one-armed guy who cleans windshields for a living. It's sort of easy to be dismissive that way. That first day 20 years ago, when you came out here and you were cleaning windows, do you think you'd be here 20 years later doing the same thing? Where'd you think you'd be?
I didn't really know where I would be. And I didn't really think, see, now I don't want to be nothing, I don't want to have nothing. I don't make plans, I don't make promises. I kind of take life one step at a time.
The sadness and hopelessness with John is palpable. It wasn't always this way. In the early 70s, he was a well-paid truck driver in Chicago, married and content. But then the event that would send him into a downward spiral, a spiral he still hasn't pulled out of.
I got shot on a bread truck in Chicago, 1974.
You got shot?
They shot me. Young kid. My nerves are gone. The shotgun ripped them out. And this side of my body is cold. Feel that? Feel that?
Yeah.
See? It's in a hospital bed 2 years. 38 operations, 16 blood transfusions. My wife divorced me. I was sick too much.
After losing his arm, John got hooked on drugs. First prescription medication like Demerol, then harder illicit stuff like cocaine and heroin. He says he's mostly clean of drugs now and has given up booze entirely. He insists he's always sober when he's working the corner. What have you learned just being on this corner, doing what you do?
There are a lot of good people in this world, and I feel people. Hey, Doc, set it down there for me.
And just like that, one of John's drive-by friends dropped him off some lunch. He says people in Pasadena are generous, almost to a fault. John doesn't live in Pasadena. He's drifted in and out of homelessness the last 2 decades, but says he now shares an apartment with some friends in South LA. He takes 2 buses and 2 trains to get here, usually 7 days a week. He refuses outside help, but it's there if he wants it. Rabbi Marvin Gross is CEO of Union Station Homeless Services, Pasadena.
And sometimes it's a combination of good sense, common sense, pep talks, psychological counseling, motivation, helping folks achieve small goals one step after a time, so that after a while they've really made a rather monumental transition. And what is hopeful is that at least a certain number of folks who are mentally ill and homeless, once their mental illness is addressed, they can find a more dignified way of living and maybe a little bit more satisfying life.
John says he's too proud and untrusting to seek outside help. John is 62 now. He has 4 grown kids out of state who he rarely speaks to. You ever laugh anymore?
No.
You don't laugh?
You're looking at me. I laugh sometimes, but the only time I laugh is I'm on this corner.
And that's one reason he keeps coming back to the same corner day after day. He occasionally finds a reason to smile. On this day, I gave John some money and wished him luck. I like John. He's no longer transparent in my eyes, and from now on, whenever I reach this red light, I'll make sure to say hi. I'm Andrew Rivera reporting.